How's it going, everybody? Another month has gone by, as though it's time to completely change our picks or not change them at all, more than likely. Given as we are getting, I'd say, more towards crunch time, because in theory, by the time we're back here, end of November, we'll have. I think the Gotham nominations are like mid November, I think, aren't they? Which will give us our first sort of indication of some of the things, at least. But yeah, I'm Ashley. That's AJ. That's Owen. And we are rolling through the season that is. And for once, I don't think there's anything major to cover in terms of like state of the race.
Well, the state of the race is the fact that the Gotham nominations dropped this morning.
That's how I've been busy with work. That's great. Brilliant. That's something for me to crop up on.
Yeah, I guess really the only changes are the fact that some of the contenders have been released. And we got a better look at them.
And not that like critical opinion matters a lot, considering how the one we've been championing for a while was just as mixed as some of the others are, but
and there's one movie that people seem to be moving away from, and right now I still refuse to, especially since I think it'll be a movie that resonates with the industry.
Are you talking about Jay Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same Why? Here. What's making people move away from Jay Kelly? I don't know if that's the call.
People have seen it now, so it can resonate in people's minds because there are people that have actually laid eyes upon it. But any movie that talks about Hollywood, new or old, is going to do decently well in one way, shape, or form, especially with people like Clooney and Sandler and Bombbox behind it. So it's just like, it's a recipe for like success.
That's pretty much exactly what I was gonna say. So I don't get what, I don't know. Maybe they're right. I don't know, but I'm not moving away from Jay Kelly.
Well, I quote Paul Heyman from Beyond the Mat: "F you that we're right, F you where they're wrong."
I don't like to say anything like that, but just in case. But
I was quoting Paul Heyman. Thank you very much.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to seem like I'm all super confident or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But we were talking before we went live just now, and I was saying that this is the least amount of changes I think I've ever made in the history of us doing this.
Wow.
I made maybe 3 changes in total from last time. And some of these I'm still kind of making in the moment. So
a little bit nervous about you saying that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm still like undecided on 2 or 3, like all of the changes that are going to be made. Anything that's not me saying it's the same as last time, I'm going to kind of be doing in the moment here a little bit. So yeah. And I guess we'll discuss the things we've seen as we go. So are we ready?
Ready as I think we will be.
All right, our first category is adapted screenplay, and that's the first category where I didn't change anything from last time.
Oh no.
Are we ready?
Go ahead.
I've got Begonia, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, Wake Up Dead Man, and Wicked. Nothing's really changed my mind on that in this month.
Oh no.
I was asking last time about the pronunciation of Begonia or Begonia, and Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons have been doing the rounds, and I keep hearing what sounds like both. So I don't know.
That checks out.
But yeah, I don't really see. Maybe maybe something should be in Wicked's place. I don't know, but right now I feel fine with what I'm looking at. So I have nothing really to add.
Ashley?
Just to scare Owen even more, mine also hasn't changed. So I still have Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle Another, and Wake Up Dead Man and Eyes Out Mystery. Frankenstein's the only thing there that I'm on the fence about in terms of where Wicked comes in now. Because I think One Battle Another is, all, I'd say all but set. Hamnet probably is as well with how well that's been received. Begonia I'm still waiting on because I think it opens maybe if I can see it for Halloween over here.
Yeah, it opens here at the same time.
Yeah. Thankfully over here they didn't do the whole, see it early by getting your head shaved. Or maybe the worst punishment, seeing Jesse Eisenberg do a magic trick so you get a ticket to the world premiere. I don't know.
Hey now, that went over quite well.
You know what my first thought was when I saw that video?
I know you hate that movie, so I'm curious.
Maybe you could disappear your Oscar out of the hands of the dude that has it and make it appear in your own
I like that idea greatly.
from this past year.
That's the plot for Now You See Me 4.
That one I would watch.
I'm sure you would.
So, yeah, the thing that seems to be cropping up now more and more in the list that I have seen that sort of give me idea as to where to go for stuff that is nowhere on my radar because it's probably not coming out till like January or February is Netflix's Train Dreams.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
I've seen
nowadays.
That getting a bit of momentum, so I'm keeping that in consideration. But yeah, unchanged for now.
Frankenstein is a good pick to go with here too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Frankenstein, I'm seeing a lot of people. I have a lot of friends that have been traveling because it's not close to me, but it's close-ish, like close adjacent. It's too much of a hassle for me to get to, but it's something that people can go to, and they're just raving about it. And obviously, I'm not going to see it unless it's in a theater. So
I'm really starting to get hyped for it.
It looks really good.
I don't even know whether I have a chance of seeing, because my local, their biggest new film of the week is the re-release of K-pop Demon Hunters, the sing-along version.
It's coming out this.
Oh no, Shelby Oaks is coming out, but that's it. Begonia isn't at my local, which is annoying, but
in more ways than one. So, yeah. This is going to sound really interesting to you guys that have been following my predictions for the longest time. I changed a whole lot, and I'm not necessarily happy with my changes, but it is what it is. I've seen a lot for Train Dreams lately, and I did not go with it, and I thought about it, and same with Frankenstein's the same way. Now, it's going to seem, and there's no really it seems, something just kind of fell completely off for me. Not for me, but I can tell that it fell off for a lot of other people. So joining Begonia, One Battle After Another, and Wicked for Good, I finally pulled the trigger on Wake Up Dead Man. I feel that it's something that's going to happen, and I feel that it makes sense to happen, and I hope that it continues the path of me getting to see a Knives Out movie in a theater. Get on that. Because I've been lucky that I actually got to see both of them theatrically.
Can I just say how psyched I am that Rian Johnson said even though his Netflix contract is up, he wants to make Knives Out movies forever?
That is fantastic.
I hope that's true.
One step closer from getting a Sacha Baron Cohen Pink Panther style movie, which I would love to see. So I didn't have Hamnet in here, and I was kind of like passing it off. And you noticed last month, if you're following along, it was my birthday month. So technically speaking, it was what I to do what I want. And what I did was I finally changed the prediction, got on the Hamnet bus, and I'm still on it. It's chugging along. It's got more fuel now. It's probably going to be upgraded to an RV soon. Very soon it'll be a train. Mark my words. But Chloe Zhao's going to make sure I have a train for it. But we'll get there eventually. So that means that I had to drop my my love of the Smashing Machine. Not my love for the movie, but the fact that I have to just give up and realize it's not going to happen. There will be a Safdie involved in the predictions, but sadly, it's not the one that I went for. But we'll get there later. And another one too, as you see, Wake Up Dead Man is on that list. You obviously can't have 6 because we're not a low tier award ceremony. We basically have to say goodbye to Deliver Me From Nowhere. A lot of people didn't really take to it, and I feel that this is a race that it could either go yes or no when it comes to the movie itself, but I'm still kind of on it, but not quite on it. I don't feel like it's in screenplay. It is a solid film that I really enjoyed, and I definitely. It's funny because I was watching the end of it, and I was like, okay, we're gonna go home, and we're gonna go home in this final shot. The music's gonna build. There's gonna be text, and it's gonna say, it's written, directed by Scott Cooper, and it's exactly what happened. So
I was just thrilled because where he's walking in the last shot, I was just there like 3 years ago.
that's fantastic.
That building has a very high ceiling, and it freaked me out because that's a problem I have. But
Although I think a lot of Family Guy fans will be confused by the very end.
here's the thing: is all I know is that throughout most of the movie, in my head, I was just calling it "Deliver Me from Award Season." That's how I feel.
I'm not completely off the train,
I felt like I was watching a complete unknown again, and I wanted to leave.
but I've packed my bags. I've got my ticket. I've got my hobo sack over my back with Jeremy Allen White on my shoulder like a spider monkey, and I'm about ready to dive, but I'm not quite there yet. So yes, in a very disjointed way, Begonia one battle after another, Hamnet, Wake Up Dead Man, and Wicked for Good.
Yeah, I love Springsteen, but I think I'm one of those. I've finally reached my threshold of the musical biopic. It took a while. Most people have been past this threshold for a while, but I think I'm there. I think a complete unknown broke me.
We're looking now for the next interpretation of it to really sort of catch on, I think. Because if it is too copy and pastes akin to Dylan, probably doesn't help with the subject matter, because arguably, the music of Springsteen's for that sort of, the stuff that's covered is not his mainstream sort of stuff that.
That was Nebraska.
Yeah, exactly.
Ice of albums ever. But
well, I don't know about.
I like the movie.
I don't know about you guys, but I didn't change original either.
Go ahead.
There's something I would like to be here, but I'm too comfortable with my 5. I still have It Was Just an Accident, Jay Kelly, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. We spoke about Jay Kelly before we started.
Yep.
And God, I really wish I could see Jarmusch here. That would make award season for me, I think. But right now I'm good with those because, like I said, I'm not pulling away from Jay Kelly. I'm not sure what people are doing or if I'm wrong, but yeah, I'm once I settled on that 5 last time, it was like it's gonna take a lot for me to change these 5, I think.
I think I'm also the same with my 5. Because I have a House of Dynamite, J. Kelly, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Although probably House of Dynamite is the most likely to sub out there, and at the minute I've got Testament and Van Lee and Weapons on the cusp that I could see sort of coming in, depending how it goes with at least certainly House of Dynamite being out, and and I haven't been able to see it at the cinema because it's not playing sort of at my locals, although I know it has been. And from what I've at least read of the plot, I don't know whether would you guys have seen. It's not out on Netflix out yet, is it? I think it's this week.
It's out, and
Okay.
I was going to watch it before this video, but quite frankly, I just was not in the mood. I'm sure it's fine. Bigelow's great, so I'm sure it's fine. I just really was not in the mood for this week.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen from the plot synopsis, it's to try and obviously not ruin it for you, AJ, but it feels very Hurt Locker-esque in terms of it's not something that, I mean, I guess After the Hunt might be a good comparison in that it's, I guess, an ambiguous end rather than something that's gloriously happy. So
I say I've heard the ending is controversial, but I don't know anything.
yeah. So that's the only reason probably why I'm keeping it in there at the minute. And it depends as well on Sentimental Value how that gets received, because I think that's out this month, or at least for the upcoming month to like mid to late November-ish. So
I mean,
yeah.
Honestly, Sentimental Value for me is going to be a big hope that it either is a success and I look great, or it crashes and burns and I have an empty spot.
We might as well go ahead with yours, because mine I'm pretty sure stayed the same, but it was just given my ones that are on the verge.
This is interesting. Obviously, we know that I'm notorious for not being able to figure out what's original and what's adapted so much that I look like an idiot on camera, and AJ's the only one that catches it because he's been my best friend for years. So, other than that, I could pretty much hide it, but I can't hide everything. So the thing is, there's one movie on here that I can actually say officially, because I officially seen the bookings and I have tickets for it now. My movie day on Monday after Horror Nights is going to be Begonia and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. And I'm super psyched for it.
I'm gonna just throw out something when we get to actress.
So it's interesting because I really wanted to keep If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You with the 4 that seems to be set in stone at this point. Pun not intended in the other category. J. Kelly, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. But this damn movie won't go away, and there's 2 movies that really kind of got a nice little uptick this past week, and I went for both of them. So it's weird for me to say it because it doesn't feel like a movie I would go for, but sight unseen, God knows when I'll ever see the movies. My last original screenplay lineup is If It Was Just an Accident. So I have the exact same lineup AJ does.
Let's get into some difficulty with supporting actress.
Difficulty for ones.
Okay, we got kind of a J. Kelly situation here because there is somebody that does not seem to be on radars, and I feel like I'm going insane. The Mugatu, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills thing. Okay, so I'm looking at my 5 I had last time.
Right.
And there's somebody that I've had here on the end that hasn't really been on any radars, but it's like, I don't know, I just feel it. And the movie just keeps gaining momentum in a really big way, so it's like, should I just hang on to this person, even though not many people are saying her? But there's another person where when they got brought up last time, I was like, yeah, I really feel like I should be saying that too.
Okay.
Well, the ones that I'm not thinking about changing right now are Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Ariana Grande for Wicked, and Amy Madigan for Weapons.
Right.
I'm hoping the Madigan thing happens. I could really see it going either way, but I'm
It will.
and I got the Blu-ray for my birthday, so I just rewatched it like a couple of days ago, and I just really want that, but I really want that to happen. But so the next person I put in that I am keeping is Chase Infinity for One Bite After Another. Please tell me why people have Teyana Taylor at the top and Regina Hall in contention before Chase Infinity's ever mentioned. Am I going insane?
Because I have Chase Infinity in leading. Don't forget that.
Is that an official thing now, or what?
From what as long as discussing films Twitter can be trusted, Warner Brothers are submitting her as leading.
Okay, well, fuck it. I'm saying she's getting Stanfielded.
Okay.
Because her not being in contention makes no sense. Her being in leading also makes no sense. So, I mean, yeah, she's eventually leading, but in the third fucking act. But yeah, okay, so that whole thing is just, yeah, I'm saying she's getting Lakeith Stanfielded into supporting. I don't think I'm gonna be able to be brought out of that. I'm gonna stick with it, I think. So the person I've been putting is Emily Watson for Hamnet.
Right.
Like I said, not a lot of people are saying she's kind of far down there, but I don't know. That's just a role I really gravitated. I haven't even seen the fucking thing, but it's a role. It's a role I've just been gravitating to. Where I was like, that just makes sense. And then, like I said, the movie's just getting bigger and bigger in momentum.
Right.
But Glenn Close is the person that keeps saying, "Why don't you throw me in instead?" Because I think the reason I'm not jumping on Glenn Close so quickly is I'm still jaded over the Janelle Monáe stuff for Glass Onion.
Oh, why?
What the fuck happened?
Tell me about it.
If we have like this issue with nominating Knives Out people, when so many of the roles are ripe for it. But I'm wondering. I'm afraid I'm gonna regret being like the one Emily Watson person and then getting rid of her, and then it happens. That's gonna like piss me off so bad. But if I'm on the record, I guess, then maybe I can make the Glenn Close change. This is one of those ones that I'm doing in real time.
Fair.
So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do that for now, since it's on the record, in case the Emily Watson thing takes off. So that makes my lineup: Glenn Close for Wake Up Dead Man, Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Chase Infinity for One Bite After Another, and Amy Madigan for Weapons. I know the other actress in Sentimental Value is somebody else I should probably be thinking about more than I am.
I'm seeing her name a whole lot more lately.
But yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's a one or the other for her, for Sentimental Value. There's too many contenders for movies to be doubling up this year, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's too much going on. Don't be lazy, guys. Come on.
We're to that category too. Funny enough, so.
So that's gonna be my 5 for now.
Yeah, my only switch has been taking Chase Infinity out under the impression that she's going to make it in for leading. Which means that there's an obvious spot now for Tayana Taylor.
Nice.
It's not one or the other. It's sort of sorted out. Other than that, though, I think it's the same. I've still got Blunt in here for Smashing Machine, even though that might be on rocky ground because I guess Safdie doesn't know how to write female characters. Grande for Wicked, Paltrow for Mighty Supreme, and Haley Steinfeld for Sinners. But yeah, Fanning and Madigan, as they were last month, are on the radar and probably might take the spot of either Blunt or Steinfeld or both. I'd say Paltrow might also be on the fence. So we'll see how it goes over the next 4 weeks or so for the Thanksgiving predictions, sort of, or something.
So I made one change in supporting actress, and as much as I wanted to, again, I really wanted to be all about, pun intended, championing the Smashing Machine. I couldn't because the sentimental value airplane keeps flying through, and it's like it ain't going anywhere. It's not disappearing like Wonder Woman's invisible jet. No, it's here to stay apparently, and that's why I had to welcome Elle Fanning to my lineup finally. Joining the lineup I already have: Ariana Grande for Wicked for Good, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Gwyneth Paltrow for Marty Supreme, and Tayana Taylor for One Battle After Another.
Take us to supporting actor.
Yes.
Okay, so I begrudgingly made no changes. I went into Deliver Me From Nowhere saying, please talk me out of Jeremy Strong. But
He's so
there's
good.
there's the scene when they're listening to, I think it's The Last Mile of the Way.
Yep.
And there's the scene with David Krumholtz where he's giving his demands for the album.
Oh my God.
And I was like, fuck. I think that's gonna be enough for him. Because here's the thing, I didn't make any changes. I've got Paul Mescal for Hamnet, Sean Penn for One Band After Another, Sandler for Jay Kelly, Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value, and Jeremy Strong. If I took Jeremy Strong out, and I'm still not like completely convinced of Jeremy Strong, but like when I saw like those two scenes, I was like, that's probably gonna be enough. It's going to be an underwhelming nomination if it happens, but they kind of specialize in underwhelming nominations lately. So, Monica Barbaro, Edward Norton, etc. Do you know who I really? I haven't even seen the movie yet, but you know who I really want to put in, and I think it'd just be a really cool nomination.
I know who I'd like to.
If I had not kept Jeremy Strong, I think I would have gone Jacob Elordi. I would really, like I said, I haven't even seen the movie yet, but I would, if there is a person in the world who is going to get somebody nominated for playing Frankenstein's monster, it's Del Toro.
Yeah.
That would just be a beautiful thing. And what I'm hearing about this performance, I'm really psyched about this movie. And I think he would have been my choice if I didn't go with Strong. But in the long run, having seen Deliver Me From Nowhere now, I barely kept him. So Mescal, Penn, Sandler, Skarsgård, I feel pretty good about those. I don't see those budging soon. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Ashley.
Yeah, I made a couple of changes. One, I think, for the first time, and one for the first time in a different manner. So I still have Josh O'Connor for Wake Up Dead Man. I still have Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and I still have Adam Sandler for Jay Kelly. Coming in is Paul Mescal for Hamnet, because I now know he's apparently supporting, at least from what, I see from discussing film as what's being put forward as for your consideration stuff. And then the interesting one, I guess because other things have called off, and because I'm still not on the sentimental value train just yet, I've put in a returning character. So welcome back to the Five, Delroy Lindo for Sinners.
Yeah, I'm hearing that a lot more often nowadays.
Because we have to make up for the Five Bloods. Among other things. So yeah, Strong moved out just because, again, I'm on the fence about that. Although, his performance and White's were praised as being sort of the bright points of that. And then I took out Bradley Cooper because I've now found out it's actually inspired by British comedian John Bishop. I'm like, the hell? I don't know if that disturbed me or like pleasantly surprised me or both.
So good though.
So yeah, first time I'm bringing somebody back in on this list. I think that's. Oh no, no. I think we'll see it happen a few other times, maybe. Yeah, but that's my supporting five.
Yeah, I've got the same line AJ does. Best way to put it, Benicio almost slid in for that fifth spot. Because I feel that if they love the movie, which, I mean, it's Gotham, so it's Gotham. That's it. But still, visibility is key in award season in Gotham.
He'd be a super fun nomination.
He would be. They got 6 for One Battle After Another in Gotham, so it's already starting off quite well. So Benicio getting in here is not out of the realm of possibility. But yes, just like Popcast Network literally willed into existence the Apprentice nomination last season. You can't tell me otherwise. No matter what AJ says about being fed up with the musical biopic, if Jeremy Strong gets in here, I'm not going to be upset. He brings it in the movie. He really does. So,
did you finish?
I thought you were cutting me off to continue something you were saying, but
I was just going to go to actress.
Oh,
yeah. Speed round.
Yeah.
Is anybody... Okay, so for actress, is anybody not saying Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Renata Renza for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia?
I have Jason of Emma Stone.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
I almost moved Rose Byrne out for Emma Stone, which is hilarious given what I'm watching on Monday. But nah,
yeah. So if you guys are going Chase Infinity, I'm curious who you're not going with.
Well, my switch out is I finally removed Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
From After the Hunt, because I wasn't sure, because I still sort of hadn't, because I think that's supposed to be coming out on Amazon soon.
It is a performance.
Yeah.
It is a performance.
And then, of course, I still have Amanda Seyfried for Testament of Anne Lee as well, instead of either Byrne or Renate. But they could easily move in, and I'm not sure what way they go.
I'll say something before you go, Owen. I saw If I Had Legs I'd Kick You.
Right.
I'm still saying Byrne. I actually feel pretty confident saying Byrne, honestly. However, I will say I was actually quite shocked to discover that If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You is very much not my thing. Um, I was, it was not my thing at all. Um, and my thought would have been, is this gonna be too weird for her to get nominated? But then I remembered Ana de Armas getting nominated for Blonde. And the fact that If I Had Legs I'd Kick You already has like so much behind it. Like I'm surprised how universally loved it's been.
It
I was shocked how not my thing it
it
is.
got 4 Gotham nominations too.
Yeah, I'm like, so I'm still totally on this burn train, but I was surprised by my own reaction to it. I'm really curious what you think too, because it's
I'm not sure what to say to that because in the past our opinions have been very much even, and there's been a lot of fluctuation lately.
I think I could almost say I will be surprised if you like it.
All right,
But like I said, it's gotten pretty much universal acclaim, so maybe it's just me, but
30 p.m.
that
on
was
morning.
for me it was rough. And it's not like it's bad. Like I said, there's a reason I'm saying it that way. It's just really not my thing. So we'll see we'll see what happens, but I don't know. I feel really good about that 5, which I think is another reason I'm saying Chase Infinity will be Stanfielded.
Could be. This next one's a category.
Did you say you're allowed?
Yeah, I have Chase Infinity.
In place of
I have Buckley Byrne, Cynthia Erivo, and Renata Renzev.
Oh, you're not going Stone.
I am not going Stone because I have Byrne instead. That's why I said it's ironic given the fact that the movie day I'm doing Monday is them versus each other.
We did, not that this matters, as I've literally just said, but we have determined that Stone is leading, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's complete. Because you look on I've been seeing lately that it is 100% leading.
Okay. Are we on to actor?
We are on actor.
Okay. This was going to be a choice I made at the moment, but I think I kind of made it before we started. Because I feel like for me personally, it's another case of there's 4 and then there's 1.
That is correct.
And what the 1 is. So the ones I'm not budging on are Chalamet, Clooney, DiCaprio, and Jeremy Allen White.
That's exactly correct.
Not that, I mean, I hate to be the guy that says this because a million people are going to say this and probably have. Him in the studio, all stressed out, it's Carmy making music. He would get nominated for the scenes where he's singing.
Oh my God, yeah.
And by the way, Carmy making music is he's still very magnetic, He's a magnetic actor, but he is really not. His campaign is going to be that he sounds exactly like Springsteen when he sings. I think that's going to get him the slot.
And he's Springsteen on the carpet with him.
It made me question what we've always talked about when we go back to like Jamie Foxx and Ray, of where is the line between performance and imitation. It's like he's got a really, really good impression of Springsteen when he sings. But okay, we'll say this is carryover from the Iron Claw. So, and like I said, I'm not budging on Jay Kelly, and Chalamet and DiCaprio are pretty clear at this point.
Right. I think we're all set on 4, and then the last one's the question mark.
So here's the thing: is I was a couple of times in a row. I went Colin Farrell for Ballad of a Small Player,
Yes, you
which
have.
I still think it'd be cool if he was a kind of a sleeper here. It's still a couple of weeks away from seeing the movie, unfortunately. But it'd be great if I would have by now. Then I'd really have more of a take on this. But I did see something else, and I think ultimately I'm not going with this person. I think I've made my choice, but do you know who I really want to be here?
I know who I really want to be here after yesterday.
Yeah, it's a beautiful performance and it's a beautiful movie. And
Please, I'll go
and
with
it would be a beautiful nomination. Oh my God, I really want Ethan Hawke in here.
Goddamn know it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, the moon is so good.
What a
That
wonderful.
movie just,
Yeah.
oh my God.
It's
The
so
dialogue,
good.
Ethan
It's
Hawke's phenomenal in it. Andrew Scott.
I wanted to cry. It was so good.
Many times.
The scene, this isn't spoilery or anything. That scene at the end where he drops the deck of cards and he's picking them up and basically talking about his pipe dreams coming true. That is the saddest thing I've seen in a long time.
Peter literally could have shot that movie in black and white.
Well, that's the other movie. But
I'm aware, and I know I get the reference, but still, it really felt like it could have been in black and white. Like that dialogue was just, oh God.
I want that nomination so bad.
I do too.
I haven't seen this movie, but I default to Wagner Mora.
Yep.
But oh my God, I want Ethan Hawke to have that spot.
Blue Moon is so good.
Actually, I guess I would say I want, since I haven't seen Wagner Mora yet. I would love for Hawke to have Jeremy Allen White's spot. I guess is what I'm saying. But yeah, I just really wanted to shout out Ethan Hawke and that movie in this video.
I'm really, really glad we're on the same page with that one because, oh my God, Blue Moon was just incredible.
I still think Margaret Qualley's basically giving the same performance she gives in every movie, but I still want to just praise Blue Moon as much as I can.
I do too.
I forgot Andrew Scott was supposed to be in it, and when he walked in and I realized he was Rogers, I like fanboyed so.
And I love Cannavale as the bartender.
Yeah.
I love the rapport he has with Ethan Hawke the whole time.
When I realized too that we weren't going to be leaving the bar, I got so excited.
I'm like, oh my God, we're not leaving this building at all, and we don't need to.
That's I was so happy. I was so happy. I mean, it's a very, very fucking sad movie at the end of the day, but I was so happy how good it was. So anyway, that's actor for me.
Ashley.
Yeah. I moved out Jeremy Allen White and Brendan Fraser. Fraser's the one I'm more comfortable, and White was on the fence. But that's because I don't think I had Chalamet in before, but he now is. And George Clooney also, like with Delroy Lindo, is back in after dipping out for a month. And I have those two alongside DiCaprio, Dwayne Johnson, because I'm sticking with that until it seems like that's a not done deal or whatever. And Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, because he's two lead roles. It's cheating, but I'll allow.
Yeah, I would want. I was going all in on the Ethan Hawke thing. I can't. I feel like I'm understating this, so I want to make sure it's not understated. I want Jordan in this. I really do.
Yeah, I was trying to push the narrative of Dwayne Johnson as much as I could, and he definitely belongs here. Even if he's fifth place, he still belongs here.
He's good. He's very good, but the narrative people have put out that the movie itself might bring him down. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't dislike the movie, but I do feel like it needed to be much stronger than it is.
His performance isn't strong. It isn't as strong as it should be to propel a movie that's not as strong as it should be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went the Wagner Moura route as well. Because there's no reason to say the 4 because AJ already did. So
he's probably great, but like I said, until we see it, we can't really like go off like we just did on Blue Moon. But
and the fact, and you'll not really appreciate this, but you'll probably understand how this works. I looked at my bookings for this coming week because they just dropped today because it's Tuesday, and it's already down to 1 showing. So it's going to be here and gone before anyone ever sees it, which is a shame because I can, beyond a shadow of a doubt, Blue Moon's one of the best movies of the year, easily.
So do you have the same 5 that I do?
I have the exact same 5 you do.
Well, this should be a bit of a breeze, at least for me, because from here on out, I didn't change anything. I almost did. I almost made one choice, but I was like, nah. For a director, I still have PTA, Ryan Coogler, Lanthimos, Trier, and Zhao. I almost took out Trier for Jafar Panahi for It Was Just an Accident. I was really, really close to doing that, but then I was like, even though it's sight unseen, I just have to go by Trier's other movies, and it's like I think he's flashy enough that his sentimental value is kind of in the same fashion of his others, that love for the movie in general could get in there. But if I had to make a change, it would definitely be putting It Was Just an Accident in there, but I'm going to go ahead and keep Trier there, as well as PTA, Coogler, Lanthimos, Zhao. So I feel fine with
the
that.
The advantage you have there as well, of course, is sentimental value is an international feature as well. So it covers that aspect too. Yeah, I also am not changed. I still have PTA for One Battle After Another, Baumbach for J. Kelly, Coogler for Sinners, Del Toro for Frankenstein, and Zhao for Hamnet. Trier's moving up in consideration. Also, Josh Safdie for Mighty Supreme is on the fence. So I've got some strong contenders as well on the cusp.
And just my obligatory monthly reminder, Cameron's never out of it.
No, as much as I hate to say it, I'm starting to see Avatar in Best Picture consideration, so you never know.
I've been saying that for 2 months.
Although I know you have.
Many people.
I feel I'm seeing much less publicity and hype for Avatar 3 than we got with the sequel, a few years back. I keep wanting to call it The Shape of Water, The Way of Water.
That would have been an interesting Avatar movie.
That'd be better than the video game adaptation I had to watch. Director is interesting because there's so many stabs I want to take that are kind of shots in the dark that really shouldn't be. I almost bumped Benny for Josh, actually. I thought about it. And I feel Marty Supreme is going to be a huge contender. And it should be, because it looks fantastic. Lanthimos not on here is interesting for me. I feel like if anybody, I probably should be putting him in here, but I can't, because there's this contingent of international cinema that says, no, can't do that. And I can't turn it down.
I really feel like Lanthimos is like a knee-jerk nomination at this point.
Same with me. Not Bombach is an interesting one too. Because I think above all of us, I think I had the most hope in Jay Kelly from the beginning. But PTA is in here, obviously. Ryan Coogler's in here, obviously. And Chloe Zhao's a thing, apparently. Yes, I'm still going to be butthurt because of that unjust win several years ago. But, yeah. John M. Chu, I feel, could be in here as a shout in the last, like, coming around the stretch, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, slide in and out of nowhere. It seems like a DGA thing to me. I say that every year. I think it's the first time I've said it, and it's November. So, I mean, I'm overdue saying it, at least for somebody. So maybe Chu is a DGA thing. Because Wicked seems like it's going to be huge, even more so than the first one. I don't think it's going to win anything, like, hugely major, but I feel that it's going to make a huge impact in award season.
I could see that Chu getting in DGA but still missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, the international contingent of Trier and Jafar Panahi slide right into those spots. Probably my most diverse 5 lineup ever.
All right, are we ready to end this?
Yes.
As I've been alluding to, and everything I've said hopefully explains all this, my picture lineup is exactly what it was last time. Avatar, Begonia, Hamnet, It Was Just an Accident, Jay Kelly, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Wicked. Anybody else?
Ashley?
I've moved out Rental Family and Springsteen. So currently my 10 are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Jay Kelly, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Smashing Machine, and Wicked for Good. Weirdly enough, I feel after some films have fell off, and if we're trying to be once again trying to attack the casual audience to get watching ABC, weirdly, more so than before, the F1 movie and Avatar are on the cusp of getting in the 10.
F1, 100%. 100%.
I'm not sure which I'd switch out at this point. Maybe Smashing Machine, possibly Frankenstein, possibly Secret Agent. But, yeah, I do think there's a chance that we get that. Then again, what might be crazy is that depending how it goes, especially if it was just an accident, suddenly gets momentum as well for picture. Neon's going to have 3 nominations in picture. So how
If
they
anybody...
juggle that in terms of for your consideration to try and go for which one you think is getting the vote is interesting.
At this rate, if anybody's going to pull that off, it would not surprise me if it was fucking Neon.
Yeah. Because, I mean, okay, you know, A24 have at least got probably Marty Supreme in there. Smashing Machine has a potential. I don't know whether anything else I think is A24. No, because Begonia's Focus, which would be Universal. But then I guess that means Universal would technically have a chance of 3, because Hamnet is obviously Focus, which is Universal, and then Wicked is obviously Universal. Hopefully this time the toys don't have Wicked.com listed on the website packaging. Like last year. But those are my 10.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious what I had to do. The Smashing Machine and Deliver Me From Nowhere move out. And again, this international wave just keeps chugging along. Best Picture lineup, Begonia, Hamnet, It Was Just an Accident, Jay Kelly, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Wicked for Good.
Interesting move on the Secret Agent there.
Yeah, might end up being a 2 and nothing else, maybe.
Like, so the I'm Still Here of this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've made that comparison a couple of times, and I have failed to remember that I'm Still Here was not only also an international, but won.
Yeah.
Because I didn't watch that ceremony, but
I
yeah, but still, when it comes to getting in an actor and picture, like I'm Still Here is like the first thing that comes to mind.
Sure.
All right, is that it?
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, that's your lot, at least from our predictions for this time. Coming up, we have another not live stream this Friday, where fun and games will be had, and technical difficulties. But what do you expect? Um, so we got that.
I still think, not to overhype or anything, but I still think it might be the most fun video we've done on this channel.
As of now.
In terms of the other stuff, AJ's reviews will be coming a plenty as more and more of the award contenders are coming through. I'm trying to think. I guess what Frankenstein and I'm trying to think what the big release is this week. Oh, we got that Hedda Gabler thing I think coming out on Amazon.
The Tessa Thompson movie.
Yeah. The Hedda Gabler.
I don't know if I'm gonna review any of the things I've already seen, like Blue Moon, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, or Deliver Me From Nowhere. Blue Moon kind of just got its review. But I'll say the Smashing Machine will eventually have a Speaking Bluntly, and yeah, I'll try to get back into the groove. Frankenstein might have its own video by itself, and then I'll kind of go from there and try to get back in the. I know I've not gone away this month on the channel, but it's been a while since I actually shot something, so I got to get back in
the routine. Yeah. I have shot one half of the McDonald's World Heist menu video, which will be going up whenever Owen wants to put it up. I'm guessing probably, Saturday or Sunday, at start of the month, so it's just there.
No.
Or, whenever it needs to be put up, it can be, so. And then the second half I will shoot to then go up at some point between now and before you can't get the menu anymore. So at least you have an idea of what you may or may not want to get if you are in the UK. Although I am intrigued as to, because they keep saying that it's international as well. I don't know whether other people are doing their same and whether they're getting some really screwed up thing from our menu. But I don't know what that would be. Owen's got some sipping snacks, and he's busy in the fog, fogging up people, or something. And we'll be back. Tentatively, we should be back around next week for the actual chance for you guys to chat and do your Q&A, and obviously give us your thoughts on what you think you have in your Oscars predictions and all that.
I would say we're looking at Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
They're worked out.
This coming Tuesday?
Yes. Because the deal is, and it's been the deal, and I think I've done really well with this deal. October, AJ pretty much goes off the grid. You don't see that, but I do. So he takes care of all of his fun time in October, while you guys are getting plenty of content every single day, including our Texas Chainsaw retrospective, which just started part 1 today. Part 2 is coming up tomorrow. Part 3 is going to be the day after, and then of course Halloween will be the video that AJ was referring to, one of the most fun times we've ever had on this channel.
You're about to get the rest of those Texas Chainsaws. I just had some last minute editing to do.
Fine. I was lucky I could finally delete it out of the Dropbox because it was not wanting to delete out of the Dropbox. So if it's still there, delete it, please, because I can't. So yeah, AJ has plenty of content on here. You've watched everything. This from talking about the entire series of VHS to all of the Poe and Price stuff that has been done, the double features, which apparently now here on will be replacing Versus moving forward. So we're gonna make that official announcement.
Well, Versus might still be a thing occasionally, and we still got the remake and original Versus, but yeah, it should have been Versus for the most part. Versus should have been double feature the whole time.
Right. Ashley talked about his content. I have an on the channel right now. Everything from sipping snacks to concerts to I can see water parks in a couple weeks, which I'm super hyped for, and all points in between. We're back normally for our Q&A shows and our Oscar predictions. Go back to usual deal in November, so look forward to that. So everyone that's here, thank you for joining us tonight, whether live or in archive. And that's going to be your video for tonight. That's going to be your video for the month of October. The final video you will see filmed live here on the network, even though you're not seeing it live, but I can assure you that it is live. That being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. Always remember to have the best day ever. Wear your heart on your wrist. And in the meantime,